Welcome back to our AI-powered research series from Impact or Invisible. Today we tackle a fundamental skill that most researchers never explicitly develop, despite using it daily: how to read academic papers strategically. The traditional approach we are all implicitly taught is to read everything thoroughly from beginning to end, but this simply does not scale given modern publication volumes. The alternative of random, inconsistent skimming misses crucial details that can make or break your understanding. What researchers actually need is a systematic protocol, one that matches reading depth to purpose, extracts maximum value with minimum time investment, and uses AI to accelerate every stage of the process. This is not about reading faster, it is about reading smarter. Let us learn how. Video 19, the Strategic Paper Reading Protocol. By the end of this video, you will have a complete systematic approach to reading, one that intelligently matches depth to purpose and relevance. You will know exactly when to skim, when to read carefully, when to extract specific elements, and when to stop entirely. You will understand how to use AI to accelerate each stage of the reading process. The goal is not reading fewer papers overall, it is extracting more total value from every paper you encounter, by investing your attention strategically. The problem with paper reading, as most researchers practice it, is a false choice between thoroughness and speed. Reading every paper completely and carefully is impossible. Given modern publication volumes, you would never have time for anything else, including actually doing research. But random, mood-dependent skimming misses critical details, methodological flaws you should know about, nuances in results that matter for your work, limitations that affect how generalizable conclusions are. Most researchers have no systematic approach to reading decisions. They read thoroughly when they happen to have time and feel motivated, skim carelessly when they are rushed, make inconsistent decisions about what deserves attention. The result is inefficient time use and inconsistent comprehension. Some papers get far more attention than they deserve based on their relevance. Others get far less than they merit. You finish reading sessions unsure whether you actually learned what you needed. The solution is a staged reading protocol, one that deliberately matches depth to purpose and relevance. The key insight is that not every paper needs or deserves the same treatment. Some papers need thorough, careful study because they are central to your current work. Some need only a quick abstract review to confirm they are not relevant. Some need focused extraction of specific elements, their methods or their findings on particular questions, without reading the whole paper. The strategic reading protocol has distinct stages, each with a clear purpose, defined time investment, and specific outputs. You make explicit decisions at each stage about whether to continue deeper or stop. AI assists at every stage, accelerating evaluation and extraction substantially. The fundamental insight is that reading depth should be a deliberate, reasoned choice, based on paper relevance to your needs, not an accident of how much time you happen to have available. Here is the complete protocol for strategic reading that you can implement immediately. Stage 1 is abstract analysis, taking about 60 seconds. Determine the paper's core claim, primary method, and relevance to your current work. Use AI to clarify if the abstract is poorly written. Make an explicit decision. Proceed to deeper reading, skim only, or stop entirely. Stage 2 is method scan, taking 3 to 5 minutes. Understand the research approach well enough to evaluate whether findings are trustworthy. Flag any methodological concerns. Decision point. Trust the findings enough to use them. Read methods carefully to resolve concerns, or discount the paper's conclusions. Stage 3 is results extraction, taking 5 to 10 minutes with AI assistance. Use AI to pull specific findings relevant to your needs, rather than reading results sections linearly. Focus only on results that matter to your questions. Stage 4 is critical evaluation, reserved for high relevance papers only, taking 15 to 30 minutes. Thoroughly assess limitations, hidden assumptions, and implications. This deep engagement is reserved for papers that truly matter to your work. This staged approach means you invest time in direct proportion to demonstrated relevance. The process flow guides your time allocation decision by decision. A paper enters your reading queue from alerts, searches, or citations. You spend exactly 1 minute on abstract analysis, making an initial relevance judgment. Is this worth any more time? High relevance papers proceed to method scan. You invest 3 to 5 minutes understanding their approach. If methods pass your scrutiny, you move to results extraction, spending 5 to 10 minutes with AI assistance pulling what you need. Only the most important papers receive full critical evaluation treatment. Perhaps 10% of what you encounter. That is 15 to 30 minutes of deep engagement. This creates a reading funnel. Your deepest attention goes to papers that have demonstrated they deserve it. Low relevance papers stop after abstract analysis. 1 minute invested, decision made, move on. Moderate relevance papers might stop after method scan. 5 minutes total, good enough understanding for your purposes. You might evaluate 50 papers in your queue to identify 5 that merit deep reading, that is efficient attention allocation. The impact of strategic reading transforms your research productivity comprehensively. First, you process many more papers in less total time. Shallow reading of low relevance papers frees time for deep reading of high relevance ones. Second, you make better decisions about what deserves attention, because your evaluation is systematic rather than mood dependent. Third, you extract more value from papers you do invest in, using AI for targeted extraction of exactly what you need. Fourth, you develop better judgment about paper quality and relevance. Through repeated structured evaluation, you get calibrated. Fifth, your literature reviews become more comprehensive because you can cover far more ground efficiently. Sixth, you feel less overwhelmed and more in control of your reading because you have a system rather than just a pile. Strategic reading is not about cutting corners, it is about intelligent attention allocation, respecting both the literature's depth and your time scarcity. Let us consolidate today's key takeaways for implementing this protocol. First, match reading depth to paper relevance through a deliberate staged protocol. Not every paper deserves thorough reading, and that is okay. Second, use the 4-stage approach consistently. Abstract analysis for initial filtering, methods scan for trust evaluation, results extraction for getting what you need, critical evaluation for papers that truly matter. Third, AI accelerates every stage, from clarifying confusing abstracts to extracting specific findings to identifying methodological concerns. Fourth, track your reading decisions over time to improve your relevance judgments and calibrate your filtering. Fifth, start applying this protocol systematically to your next batch of papers. Remember, your attention is your scarcest resource as a researcher. Every hour spent reading a mediocre paper thoroughly is an hour not spent on an important one. The strategic reading protocol ensures your deepest engagement goes to papers that genuinely deserve it. The complete protocol with AI prompts for each stage is in Impact or Invisible on Amazon. Thank you for watching. In our final video of this section, we will explore building a research knowledge system.